Welcome back. Grind Behind the Glam takes viewers behind the scenes of the high pressure and passion of the fashion industry, revealing the real hustle and heartbreak it takes to survive and thrive in the secretive world of fashion. We are now joined by the producer and creator of Top Level Reality, Therese Marie. Therese, thank you so
Hi.
much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Thank you.
I'm so excited to speak with you. I love fashion and all the things and all the fashion shows. So, to kick things off, grind and glam is such a bold topic. Can you tell us what was the very first spark that inspired this show?
I really wanted to show a picture of what it looks like in the industry. It's beautiful. The dresses are beautiful, but there's a lot of hard work behind it. So I wanted to reflect that in this show. So I'm really excited.
Absolutely. And so, you made a name for yourself as a fashion designer. So, why
Mhm.
step now into the world of reality TV?
I wanted to show again like what's behind
Mhm.
being in the fashion industry. I've been to Paris, I've been to Milan, I've been all over the world doing fashion. I come back and people are like, "Oh my God, did you have so much fun?" I'm like, "Well, I was really working. I was working from the time for up to a year. It could be up to a year to 6 months, just preparing for that moment. And I wanted to actually show the real grind in the show. So that's kind of where it all started from.
Of course. I mean, I've done New York Fashion Week 3 years now as a reporter, and it's always the same thing afterwards. I always get, how much fun did you have? It looks so cool on social media. And yes, it did look cool on social media because social media is like my highlight reel in a sense. But after Fashion Week, I'm like, I need a nap. I need to sleep for like the next 2 weeks. It's just so go, go, go. I mean, you're
Yeah.
getting glam yourself, you're dressing up, you're in the city, and like you that you mentioned, you're in Paris and you're in Milan. And it's
Mhm.
just so much that yes, it's beautiful. The end product is beautiful, but at the end, you're like, I need to sleep for a really, really long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, tell me, how does this show reflect your personal journey in the industry?
The industry is not easy. The industry is definitely a grind. It really takes a lot of passion and dedication and resilience. You
Hmm.
can't, you're going to get a lot of no's. So you just have to be mentally ready. I'm going to get 1,000 no's. And then I need that one yes. And then I need another yes. And you just keep going. So, that's where it all comes from. And we're reflecting that on the show. This is my journey and the journey of many others that I've worked with behind the stage, which is the production team, the MUAs, the stylists. So we're bringing those stories to this show.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you mentioned, you're going to get that 100 no's before you get that one yes. But even when you do get that
Mhm.
one yes, if Heidi Klum and Tim Gunn taught us anything, it's that
Mhm.
in fashion, one day you're in and the next day you're out. So, can you
Yes,
tell us a little bit about what are some things that people don't necessarily understand about the fashion industry?
that there is a lot of work. There's a
Hmm.
lot of preparation. So you kind of always need to be preparing and getting ready for what is next because there's the trends, they go up and down. If Cardi B wears something and if she just can style it, whoever her stylist is, now this is now a trend. So if you want to kind of keep up with whatever is trending, you kind of want to stay on top of your skill. There's always new things to learn. So you need to stay on top of that so you can stay competitive and keep your brand out there and keep going. So it really takes a lot of that. So you got to pull in from that passion and that drive and make it all work. So those are things that are just necessary.
Absolutely. And as the show title and as the subtitle says, it is such a grind. Like you mentioned, the moment something
Yes.
is trending, you have to hop on that trend if you
Yeah.
want to, remain relevant in a sense. We just saw that
Yeah.
with the Met Gala. Now we're going to see a bunch of really gorgeous tailoring, but now of course that's something that everybody's going to hop on because we just saw some of the biggest
Mhm.
A-listers walking the carpet in that. And so on this show, you showcase the hustle, the heartbreak, and the truth. Let's just
Mhm.
dive into why was it so important to showcase this.
I want to show the truth. As a new designer, when I first started and I was going to New York Fashion Week, there was one particular show that I really wanted to get in. And I think it was maybe going to my second time going to New York.
Mhm.
And they kept telling me no. And to me, I'm like, okay, that means I just need to sharpen my skills. It's not a no. I'm not the worst. I need to just continue to sharpen. And by the third time I applied, I came out, I thanked them, and I had an amazing collection and sold out. So just pulling from within to be the best that you can be, and that's kind of what I want to reflect in the show, reflect in being I don't know, having that passion for what you're doing. It really translates from just doing hair, from doing makeup, setting up a production like we do with the show, that the heart actually translates easily, at least on screen, in the people that you're working with and the people that actually see your brand.
Absolutely. And so tell us, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced when it came to producing and creating the show?
Oh goodness. Well, I've done, like, as a fashion, I've done fashion design and I love that, but I've also done production, just producing events. So I did a few different events, and I did one with SWV, which was very exciting. But now we're changing that to adding television cameras. So that is something that was outside of what I've done. But we collaborated with an amazing production team. They're helping me along the way, me and my team. But it's very challenging. You're learning the different scenes. You have to be really time conscious because every moment is recorded, and you don't want to go over that time because you're paying more. You don't want to do that. So that's kind of one of the bigger things, like different hats, and wearing different hats in this, learning to market the show. um, we have two amazing hosts that are a part of the show who have both been on television, so that's working really well for us. So we have Bianca Golden from America's Next Top Model, and we have Andre Hammond, who's a celebrity stylist and worked at Hallmark and Bravo. So he's going to be on as well as the faces of our show. So we're really excited with them to be on.
I love that you mentioned Bravo because I am a huge reality TV fan. Any reality show, I'm pretty sure I've seen at least one episode of it. But
Yes.
in that, we also know that reality TV isn't always real. So tell us a
Mhm.
little bit about the format of the show and how you ensure that it remains authentic and real.
Okay, so the show will be a reality because it
Hmm.
is reality, but it is more of a documentary. You're
Okay.
going to learn. It's not just like you're watching designers, you're watching models, but you're actually going to get an education. We're going to be sharing some tips, spilling some tea, behind the scenes of what happens in the industry. We're going to also have some industry experts on in the show, and we're all working together to bring the real grind of the industry, what it really takes.
That's amazing because when you're somebody who watches a bunch of reality shows, you can easily see, okay, they dubbed this over. That was a Franken bite. This is this, this
Yeah.
was that. And it almost takes away from the allure of the
Mhm.
show in a sense. But
Yeah.
with that, on July 27th, you're filming in New York with
Yes.
this huge opportunity. It is a mixer, not just for, current professionals or fashion lovers, but people also trying to break into the industry. So,
Mhm.
what can people expect if they attend, and how can they get in on this?
Yes, this is going to be so exciting. Okay, so we are going to have an industry mixer, so a fashion industry mixer, which will be filmed and which will be in the show. We'll also have a mini fashion show, so highlighting a few amazing designers at this event. But you'll have the opportunity to network with another amazing top designer, editors who are in the fashion industry. You'll meet some producers, some top models. You'll really be able to network and meet some other people. Also, you have an opportunity of being highlighted in the show. So we're all going to be there having a good time and also filming the show. So it's going to be really exciting.
That's awesome. So that means if you want to go, you have to show up in your most glam self so
Yes,
that way you can get on camera. I love that.
yes.
Now tell me, the show with the show, are there any plans for this upcoming New York Fashion Week, which we see in September?
No, so we
Mhm.
won't be at New York Fashion Week, but we will have some scenes leading up to New York Fashion Week. I love New York Fashion Week, so we won't be there for that, but we have some I don't know behind the scenes of New York Fashion Week.
I love that. I cannot wait. And so tell me, what has been the most emotional or, the most proud moment for you in bringing this project to life?
Oh my gosh. This was literally just a conversation
Mhm.
of me wanting to share the story because I've been very blessed. I've been all over the world with the fashion, my fashion brand. I've been on red carpets. I've had my brand at the Oscars, BET, and I have younger creatives and people who want to get into industry are in my inbox asking me questions. How did you do this, and what happened with that, and what did you do this, or I made a dress and I have a question about that. And I'm like, I can't talk to all of you guys, so how about we just wrap this up and present it to you for the show. And so that's kind of where the idea came from, along with my sisters who are also worked in production with me with our previous shows. And that's really where it came from. It came from the heart of me wanting to not see another designer struggle. I want to be able to tell you those tips. I want to give you some insight, not just me, but some other amazing industry experts who've been in this industry, who have thrived. We're going to have those people on, and you're really going to get a learning lesson from the show.
That's amazing, Therese. We have about a good 30 seconds left. So if you can sum up Grind and Glam in one word, what would it be?
Resilient. You have to be resilient. You can't let maybe if you're MUA, if you didn't do blend the makeup correctly, you don't want that to end your career. You don't want to give up. You want to keep bouncing back because there's going to be a lot of no's. Everyone is not going to
Absolutely.
like how you do hair. Everyone's not going to love your dress, but you have to be resilient. Keep going, pull that passion from what is inside of you, pull that passion from what's inside of you, and thrive and become resilient. Grinding glam, that's what we're doing.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, to learn more about the upcoming event on July 27th and to watch the show itself, please visit the website on the screen below. Stay tuned. We have more open for you right after this.